What's up, guys? Here I'm back with another review slash reaction, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Once again, links in the description. If you're interested in any of the music that I create, is available for free down below. Go check it out. It's also available on all digital platforms, so if you're interested in it that way, you know, like Spotify or whatever, you can find it. It's pretty easy. It's under the madness of the Madman, like the moniker states in whatever the fuck. Anyways, so we're on here to a reaction to a band that's been requested a lot. This is an official video. It's Jinjer Teacher. I've heard Jinjer before, so I'm not going to say that I haven't, but from what I heard from Jinjer, it was interesting, but nothing actually hooked me. So I'm going to check this out, and hopefully, you know, we find a magic song that really connects with me here. Because I love groove metal, and they definitely had a lot of those elements, and then they had kind of like the cool ambient, you know, with the female vocals singing sections, which was pretty neat too as well. So let's check this out here. We've got Teacher Jinjer. She's got such a cool scream. I mean, it's cool for a girl because you don't usually hear that out of girls' voices, but we do hear men who sound like this. It's very progressive, which I like. Got a cool stage setup too.
When the prejudice let us down,
So they got like lots of elements in here. This is very almost Deftonesy.
when the prejudice let us down, wasted from the young, now I cry. scream to me, blowing shame on my face as I turn away.
Little modern gent section right here. Something in the vein of like an Animals as Leaders or Scale the Summit. With singing though.
I want you to see how I break the rules in front of your dreaming You're just scream to me, throwing shame on my face as I turn away from infamy and disgrace. I smile to you. I smile to you. I smile to you.
Wall of Death. Cool riff. Yeah. So, yeah, I would say that's not bad. There was nothing wrong with that. I would say it's got a lot of stuff that I like. A lot of stuff. I mean, we got nice progressive riffing. We've got great vocal delivery, both in the singing and the screaming, even in the rap sections. That was pretty cool. It was all very interesting, very eclectic. So I think that was a very good representation of what the band is probably capable of, because you heard a little bit of everything that I've heard in other songs that has been maybe a little bit more sparse. This one actually kind of tied them all together, which was a very interesting sound. You know, I have a weird relationship with this band because I've listened to him a couple times now, and there's nothing in him particularly bad or off-putting. I hear a lot of elements of other bands being combined is kind of my, I guess, take on it as to why it maybe doesn't, like, you know, there's a lot of people that love this band because it's a very hot band right now. There's a lot of people that love this band, and this band has just never really breached that for me, because now this goes back to my ethos as a fan of music and as a listener. Okay, now because I'm a musician, this all changes drastically compared to people who don't play music. So I understand if you don't play music and you don't want to hear all that jargon and what the fuck ever, right? I get it. But if I'm being honest, the big thing for me when I'm listening to music, especially music that engages me, that I go out and purchase, and I'm seeking, that I'm following, that I'm watching closely, I'm not looking for music that I can find in other places. So when I hear a band that does a great job of combining elements, but doesn't do a great job of really making it their own, I'm torn, you know, like I'm kind of like, I look for inspiration in music a lot of the time. It's a lot of the time what I'm listening for is inspiration, message, really innovative, interesting ideas that are also not just exercises or flaunting how good you are. There's a balance to it. And this band just does not bring anything to that table that I haven't. I mean, okay, so we break down some of the riffing. The riffing is very periphery, very monuments, very in that vein of the modern day gent. Okay? At times they even have like Lamb of God style riffing, which I love Lamb of God. But if you're taking the Lamb of God style riffing, that's fine. I want to hear something on top of it that's different. And then when we get into that zone, you know, you have sections where it's this and this and this and this and this, right? Like this section is Genty. This section is Lamb of God. This section is Deftones. This section is this, you know, so on and so forth. And it's just not like any of those. What would be cool is if they did a Lamb of God riff, right? With a Genty lead, and then with the style of vocal of like a Deftones over the top of it. Now we're talking about combining the genres into one section where it actually kind of creates something new and interesting, as opposed to them just being excerpts from said subgenres. And that's what I hear in Jinjer. And whether you agree with me or not, you know, you're allowed to be butthurt. Lord knows there's plenty of fucking butthurt people on YouTube. There's tons of them. I see them regularly. They're always in the popular bands. You never see them in the little bands. Like, you'll probably see it in this one. But you almost never see it in the little bands. You only see it in bands like, I had a Hell Yeah video. That was a big one where there's like 3 or 4 people get butthurt. And then the Five Finger Death Punch video, holy shit. So much butthurt. And I didn't even say that they were like horrible. I just said I didn't care for it. And that turns a lot of people off. And, you know, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to fucking lie to anybody. This is how I think. This is what I think of this music. And take it or leave it. You came to check out what I think. That's what a reaction video is. Don't get mad because you checked it out and you're like, well, I don't agree with them. Do we have to agree with everything? I mean, it's a really dumb societal problem that's going on nowadays. Anyways, overall, I'd listen to more from Jinjer. I would not skip Jinjer. I would listen to it. I would check it out. As their new songs come out, I'm interested in them. But I don't necessarily put them on that pedestal of amazing new groups that's changing the landscape of music. Alright guys, we lost the last section of that Jinjer video here, so I'm just kind of coming back. Something happened to the video itself, I'm not sure. But, you know, where I left off, where it's not changing the landscape of music, it doesn't mean that they're a bad band. It doesn't mean that they don't have stuff to contribute. It doesn't mean that there's things that they're not changing up, because they are. There is interesting sections of songs and cool ideas being portrayed. I just haven't had anything that really resonated with me. And if it resonated with you, awesome. More power to Jinjer, more power to the fans, but it just fell short for me. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in to the video. Until next time, laters.